We're going to look at using Adobe Spark, and we're going to start with the account and the login options you have. We are looking at it on a web browser. I'm using Chrome. You can also use Safari if you would like, or Firefox if you are interested in using that. I am on my Mac, so this is what it would look like on your MacBook in relation to the account. We will have a section for the iPad, but we're going to start with this one. So when you first go to spark.adobe.com and you choose login, if you would like to use your WCPS email as it connects to a Google account, you can. I prefer to actually use a free Adobe account. So if you choose Start Now for free on the spark.adobe.com site, it is going to redirect you and have you create an Adobe ID. It is free. You can use your WCPS email. It does have a limit as far as how much you can save. I believe right now it's 2 gigabytes. But if you would like, you can also upgrade to a Pro account, and they have educator discounts. But for the most part, for most people's use, you wouldn't really need that unless you're going to be using this a great deal. And if you do, that's fine. You can talk to your school to make the purchase if you would like, or you can purchase it on your own. The account is yours in relation to the fact that when you create the password and you create the account, it uses the email to verify who you are and verify your login, but it is your account. So I'm going to log in to my Adobe. The reason it's also good to use your Adobe ID or an Adobe ID is because if you use it on an iOS device like your iPad, or if you want to sign in somewhere else, you use what they call their Creative Cloud, which means it saves across, and any projects that you create in Adobe Spark using your Mac will show up on the applications in the iPad and vice versa. So it's a nice crossover to use the Adobe account as you move forward. So once you're signed in to Adobe Spark, and this is how it will make sure that it saves all your information, you'll see that I have my projects right here, and these are just some examples and really quick generic ones I've made. And I can begin to create in one of two ways. I can either choose the plus button, which is going to show me this page. I can choose a post, a page, or video, or you can go to the upper left hand corner of that same opening landing page, choose the 3 lines, and then choose page from here. You'll also notice in your navigation on the left that you can go to your projects. They do have an inspiration gallery that has several examples of each one broken down by category. There is a blog that has some really cool, helpful things you can look at, features, mobile app support, and then you can sign out or look at settings. So that is when you log in, how you log in, and what you're going to look at as you start to navigate the account with spark.adobe. We are going to look at creating a page, so I'm going to choose the plus icon. We're going to choose page. Notice what it says, web stories. This is great for photo journals, etc. When you create an Adobe Spark page, you are not going to be creating a traditional website with navigation, menu bars, subpages, and things like that. If you would like to do that, you're going to want to look at the new Google Sites, which is great to use. You're going to want to look at something like Weebly or Wix, those types of programs. An Adobe Spark page is more for straightforward information. It has a great layout, and it is one continuous page that you scroll up through. So when we look at it, keep in mind, and as you explore, what you would want to use it for, why you would want to use this tool, and how it would impact both your use, student learning, and then student use. So as we go through, keep in mind that this is not designed to be a traditional web page with sidebar or top bar menu navigation. This is just straightforward information, and it looks great. It's very user-friendly. So I'm going to start a new page, and the first thing that you'll notice is it's completely blank when you land, but you do not have a lot to work with in the beginning because you are going to build it as you go. Across the top, you do have a preview option, which is going to be beneficial when we get near the end, your share option, and you have themes. So it might be good to start off by looking at the themes to see what these look like. Now, each one of these is going to have a different set of font, style, and color. You can modify a few things. You can add some background. You can add some changes to it, but they're fairly set in what is there, and that's a good thing because their goal, and what's nice about it is I don't have to worry about manipulating it to try to make it match. It matches with what I need. So if you would want to change to something, you can, and you'll see that whenever I change it, it makes the modification. So that title is going to look different than the other. And even if I go in and I build an entire page out of this, I can change the theme at any time and it automatically makes the adjustments for me. So if I keep this as my title, I'm going to go ahead and add a title, and I'm just going to call this test page. And maybe this time I don't want to add a subtitle. Now, this concludes part 1 of Adobe Page. Please continue to part 2 to finish watching how to create, manipulate, and add to your Adobe Spark page.